Welcome back, viewers, it's Harley here, and today we are on episode 2 of our Vanquish series as we explore and follow the journey of the processes of building Australia's largest passive house, most likely the most advanced house ever built on Australian soil. And today we are going to have a look at the in-ground pool, the ground slab, the suspended slab here behind me, and explore some of the engineering that's required as we bring this project to life. So let's go and have a look. One of the main challenges that we faced with this project was actually this roadway. It's a council roadway and it requires to be resurfaced and bitumened. So that's not unique to this type of project when it comes to issues. However, it's something to consider if you are planning on doing developments. But for us, it was worth the risk because we knew that the location, city views from the pool and then 2 kilometres from the city would really increase the profile of this home. One of the usual things with passive house is that they have a smaller amount of windows and a larger wall areas, and the reason being is that you can achieve a higher R value in the walls. However, due to the architectural design, which is exactly what we're trying to achieve, and the Joe Adset designed house, and obviously living here in Queensland with these sort of weather conditions, we have done it in reverse. So instead of a 40% window, we've reversed it to a 60-40% glazing. So to achieve the same insulation qualities, the same internal temperatures, and to basically comply with the passive house planning principles and the PHPP model, what we've had to do is introduce double and sometimes triple argon-filled glazing. However, they can be generally boxy by nature. So one of the challenges for us was to find those suppliers and then try and get that cost to a reasonable point so that the project was still feasible. So some of them from Germany, some of them we've now sourced them from Australia, and we've made them as sleek as we possibly can. Because to give you an idea, this whole wall where I am here, into this corner and all the way along here, will be large glass stackable doors. And then upstairs, what we'll be doing is using pivot and tilt windows so that we can still achieve the air tightness, but we want to be able to still maintain that Queensland lifestyle where you can open the whole sides up and let the air come through the home so you're not feeling restricted. So that's definitely been a challenge, and we're still working on that now. Another challenging feature of a passive house, due to the level of the high level of detail that's required in the modelling, is the ability to prevent heat transfer through sophites and basically implement thermal bridging. So to give you an example of what I'm referring to, this concrete slab here will be the front soffit of the house, but it's been constructed completely separate to the house initially. That's why you can see it's been actually supported, and then the steel frame structure will be built inside it. Because this whole internal structure here will be completely airtight. And for us to achieve that at the front here, if the sun shines on the concrete slab, then the heat can actually through conductive energy, can actually transfer through into the steel. So what you'll see up above us here, if you come around, is you'll see basically an actual physical gap where we'll put in ceramic thermal bridges to make sure that heat can never transfer from the concrete through to the steel. So that's something that as the first time that we've constructed this, and with the builders here are having to get their head around, which is a bit of a challenge for us. And so far so good, and pretty excited to see how it all comes together. So a fair bit has changed on site since episode 1. Obviously we came from a bare dirt when we first turned soil to what it is now, where we've got the early stage of the steel in place and the concrete slab and the pool poured. So one of the interesting things about this concrete slab is while we take on this project of building Australia's largest passive home, we also wanted to make sure we introduce as many environmentally friendly products along the way. So not only was the house advanced by default, but also we introduced or kept in place all of the original Solaire ideas, so the battery systems, the no VOCs in our paints, freshwater pools. As I mentioned at the front, we specifically chose this location because we could present a passive house that was architecturally amazing and in a location like this. So even to use an example, even this concrete slab underneath us here is by Boral. It's we're one of the first people to use it in a residential project, and it's made of a 40% recycled material. It's got fly ash content and basically synthesized sand, which is made from basically crushed up glass bottles. So these are some of the initiatives that they will use and continue to use right the way through this project. So the next couple of months on site here are going to be fairly exciting. A lot's going to change. We've now got the steel up, so in the next few weeks this whole house will start to pop up and the timber framing will be in place, and we'll begin to create the airtight envelope. So there's a lot of work to be done. There's still some engineering and background work that we're working with. We're very excited to be bringing on a couple of universities, which I'll announce as we move forward. And stay tuned as we keep on following this series as Slab brings basically Australia's largest passive house, one of the most advanced houses in the world, right here to Brisbane.